Let's go. We are doing the dog watching and we are ready for Michigan. So, we're fresh off of our trip down to Richmond. Crazy ending, absolutely crazy. Another horridly brutal loss for capping the cup. I think that was the 20th second place finish of the year on the season. And I tell you, I want to quit. I want to give up. 20 P2s is like physically painful. But we're just going to stick with it. I mean, we're going to start something, we're going to finish it. So that being said, we're moving on to the Firekeepers Casino 400. Xfinity was a nice race yesterday. Loved as a Gator fan seeing Allgaier get into victory lane. And now we're locked and loaded here, Marin. So Michigan, always a fun track. I've always enjoyed it. One of my definitely bucket list tracks to get to. I think for me, crunched a lot of numbers this morning. I know we got green flag here coming up in about 30 minutes. It's just kind of hard for me to not go with the 5 car based on what I'm seeing with speed in the car, based on what he's done in the next gen at this track. Kyle Larson, he's plus 450. That'll be a 0.75 unit play for me. Next down the line are 2 interesting guys, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin. Denny did not have a lot of speed in the car in practice, but again, it was an abbreviated session. Martin did have a lot of speed in practice, so you got to think his teammates, that's just an adjustment. I expect to see both of those cars up front, alongside with the fact when you look at what they've done here in the next-gen car. I, however, will be going with the next man down the list, a 0.75 unit play on Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain was the fastest car in practice. Does have a top 10 here. He could be a 50-50 guy for me. I don't know what we're going to get out of him, really, but I like spreading myself out here with going with the 1 car of Ross Chastain. I know that Martin and Denny is something I could live to regret. The thing with Martin, it's just, I got a lot of people, family and friends that are big 19 fans, and I want to see him win in his last year. They're just like Murphy's Law. I mean, especially even at Richmond, we saw the engine blow up. I mean, we'll see what happens. Further down the board, I'm looking at a guy who's won here before, Chris Buescher. He's plus 1,300. Not the best long run speed in the car. Again, we were dealing with an abbreviated session of practice, but an excellent driver rating in the next gen car here at Michigan. He's got 2 top 10s and a top 5. And Bubba Wallace, who I submitted for my season long pool today. Bubba Wallace is plus 2,000. I don't see any reason why Bubba Wallace can't win this race today. This is kind of track that suits to his driving style. Fast car, speed in the car, great driver rating in the next-gen car. Average run inside the top 10 at Michigan, 2 top 10s and a top 5. Both Buescher and Wallace will be half-unit plays for me today. So, Marin, you were at Richmond. Colored quite a bit.
I didn't see the end because I was coloring. If you have not taken up coloring as a pregnant woman, it's actually very relaxing. And also doing the coloring while at a race is actually quite meditative. So I didn't see the end, but I heard the riotous roar from everybody else, and also I've seen the all of the middle fingers that were put up during it. So obviously it was quite a to-do. But yeah, that's all I know about it.
Marin was probably one of the only people out of 100,000 people in that racetrack that, unless they were in the bathroom, didn't see the ending.
I was in my seat.
But that being said, Richmond, great track, but here we're talking Michigan. So who
I'm
you
gonna
got?
I'm gonna go with Keselowski, Blaney.
Okay, hold on. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's break it down. Brad Keselowski is a guy I absolutely looked at. He's plus 1,000. Run well here. 2 top 5s and a top 10. Or, I'm sorry, 1 top 5 and a top 10 in the next gen car. Good speed in the car. I would not be shocked if we see Brad up there today. You said Blaney is listed at 1,000 with him. Ryan Blaney is a guy as well. I got my fantasy lineup today. He also has run up front here. He's starting, I want to say, 8th. So that's another guy for sure that could make some noise.
And then I'll agree with you on Truex.
Okay, remember, I'm not playing Truex today, but I do think that Truex absolutely can win today. I just need to see that team go end to end, which has been, it feels like a long time since they've done that. So, all right, there you have it. It's Michigan, Firekeepers Casino 400. Good luck.
Good luck, gamblers.
Nana, who you got?